Joining me on the Tarot Machine. This is your first quarterly reading for the 2007 for love, and this will be for the sign of Sagittarius. So let me go ahead and give these cards a shuffle to see what energies you'll be working with for the first quarter in your love. Okay, for Sagittarius, for the first quarter, when it comes to love, for the first month, January, what you have is the Tower in reverse and the Five of Wands upright. So if you're single, it's showing me that at this time when it comes to love, that you're not trying to bring anybody in to make a sudden change. It's saying that if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody one on one or meet somebody, this person that you're trying to bring in, you're just keeping it very light. You're keeping it more social. You're not trying to bring them totally in and make a total union with them, because you might be one unsure about the person themselves, or they displaying a weird characteristic that you're not linking up to. Plus, it's saying that you're stable with what you have, your actual things around you, and you're not trying to bring somebody else in to disrupt it or make a sudden change to your environment around you when it comes to something physical that that you were hoping to bring in for a love aspect, because you might be kind of hoping that you can find somebody, but you just don't want to kind of rush into a relationship. Then all of a sudden, you went from single to now you're a couple, and you're kind of being standoffish about that at this point. And the second card you have is the Five of Wands upright. Five of Wands is little bickering and arguing. So this person that you may have be interested in, they may be like an argumentative person, and if you bringing trying to get with that person, is showing that this person has that quality. So maybe that's why you're not trying to bring them into a relationship, because you know if you're going to get into a relationship with a argumentative person, what it's going to do is throw your world into a sort of a chaos and make it a abrupt change that you won't be able to handle, because it's sort of more that you dealing with a person that likes to nitpick and fight over stuff, and it's you will feel it's a disruption to your environment. This person also may be a person that likes to do it just to be doing it, to get entertainment out of it, or to see your reaction. So you're not really trying to deal with it, but you could be running across that person, or people is looking at you in that way if they're interested in getting a relationship with you. If you already in an established relationship, what is showing me with the Tower in reverse is that with the Tower, nothing is changing real fast in your relationship as a whole. Is saying that nothing from no external facets is interfering with it, so you have to make like a rough change of how you operate in your relationship. It's saying that your relationship is going to be the same as it been before when the month of January is. And with the Five of Wands upright, it's showing that you or your companion is being, they can be honorary, they can be like nitpicking at you, wanting to cause little fights with you to get your reaction, not really to get your opinion on a input to solve a situation. They just showing that they're going to be kind of moody, more moody and argumentative when it comes to your relationship or what you're trying to do to better your relationship. For the second month in the quarter, and that be February, you got the King of Swords in the upright, and you got the Four of Pentacles upright. So, with the King of Swords, you dealing with, you may if you're single, you may be coming across with a person that is very authoritative, and they very commanding with their words. And they can be demanding too, but they very commanding with their words. You may be levitated to them, because to that person, because you never had that type of person in your life before, and you've never experienced a person that commands so much respect based on the way they speak to other people, and they know how to get things out of a person based on the way they speak. You may be attracted to that person, or you may be having that energies that when you talk to people, people looking at you and finding you very interesting, and they kind of getting kind of turned on to you or levitating to you to be in a relationship because the way you're using your words. The second card you have for February for Sagittarius would be the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is, you could be meeting a companion that's very, one, reserved, standoffish, and basically they're more in, they don't like to move forward with enacting something in their personal relationships. They kind of hold on to their emotions, or they try to hold on to their money. They may come off cheap. They may come off sexually reserved. They're not very open or explorative, or so you could be meeting that type of person in the month of February, or you may be displaying that attitude that when people look at you and if they're interested in you, you're coming off very reserved or kind of tight, or what they'll say is uppity, or you're just not trying to move from the actual single space that you're in when you meet other people. If you are already in a couple, it's showing me that one of you, it either could be you or your companion, is deciding to be more commanding in the relationship. They starting to be more verbal of what they are saying. They are saying stuff, and presenting ideas to you that you may find interesting, or that you would want to adopt into your relationship, that you feel it would be better. It could be you or your companion, but they coming across with whatever they're presenting, and they making it sound good and worth a try. And with the Four of Pentacles, it's just showing somebody in a relationship, even if this is brought up as being a new action to help better your relationship, one of you will want to stay, don't may not want to enact that or move on it, because you very kind of cautious about it, so you're reserving yourself, because the Four of Pentacles is usually a cheap, a miser, or they're very reserved of what they have, and you probably is being more reserved with the new idea being brought, more reserved on holding on to the old traditional ways of how your relationship was running in the past. Even though, and it also can be, if you're in a couple or single, if you're going to go and sleep with somebody, they're not very, I want to say, they're not very adventurous when they are in a sexual encounter. They kind of stale. They kind of set back, kind of. They kind of being real stingy when it comes to expressing their love. So you could be coming across that for the second month of the quarter, and that would be February. For the last month of the quarter in love for Sagittarius, what you will end up having is the Eight of Pentacles upright, and the Eight of Cups are upright. So the Eight of Pentacles showing in and single person is that you probably meeting all these characters, and you're interested in them or to pursue them for a relationship. It's showing me that you're going to work a little bit more hard to get more attention from whoever you like to bring in as a one-on-one. You are more determined now to be in a relationship, so you're putting your focus in on trying to find that perfect mate, or what you will have an idea of would be as a perfect mate. So you trying to work real hard and you putting yourself out there, you being more social, you kind of doing things, I ain't gonna say out the norm, but you're putting more physical action or more physical involvement in trying to find a companion, and you're working real hard at it because that became your new focus. The second card you have is the eight of cups. So the eight of cups is showing me that whoever you meet on your quest to have a relationship or to get a relationship is saying that some of the people you're gonna meet, you were going they're going to present a attitude that you just don't want to be interested in them. You might have certain type of people running up to you and want to get with you, but they're going to present something to you that is like, okay, I'm not going to deal with you because you're kind of not what I want. So you're going to walk away from them. Or if you already had potential people, you're going to decide that you're not going to get involved with them or bring them into a relationship because they have a characteristic that maybe they over emotional and you don't want to deal with that, so you're going to walk away from them. Or they too stingy and you're going to walk away from them because they're not being real open. Or you might meet a person that might lie, and you might not want to deal with them, so you're going to walk away from other potential people that you could bring in a relationship for a one-on-one when you out and about on this hard working to set up your romantic sector in your life. If you already coupled, what it's showing me is that you and your companion had came to a point that you both decided to put energy into bettering your relationship. It's saying that you both had some ideas, or the one idea that was presented early on, you decided both to take the energy to work on it and to build it and see how far it can go in the relationship, and to see if it could better your relationship or your union as a whole or as a couple. And what it's saying is, with the eight of cups, y'all is deciding to walk away from certain little elements that's in your relationship that is not working. You're deciding to drop them or not even focus on them. More likely is you're dropping them totally out because you found them to be stale or disruptive in your relationship, and it's not bringing a beneficial aspect to your relationship or your union as one. So let me go ahead and get you an astrological card to see what energies this will play out if you're coupled up or single meeting somebody. You got Aquarius. So if you know Aquarius or are involved with Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, this energy could be playing out. They may be displaying the talking good with words or being very reserved. It talk a good talk but won't put the do up in it, or they keep presenting something to you that you feel like you need to walk away from. So it will play out if a Sagittarius is coupled up or meeting a Aquarius person. So let me go ahead and get you one astrology relationship card to see what can help you out for the first quarter. My relationships are supposed to feel good. And that's what the card looks like. So, what it's saying, if for people single, and if you meet somebody and they just give you a bad vibe, what it's saying is don't invest your time with them. Because if you meet a person and they give you a nasty feeling off the bat, it's saying that even if you did get involved with that person, down the line you're going to disappoint yourself by even being involved with the person, or even trying to spend the time to try to mold something, or spending time to try to work hard to make something out of that relationship just because you want to be in a relationship. If you are a couple up, it's saying that you need to sit back and analyze. You both have to sit back and analyze both your feelings. Both your feelings on how the relationship is staying tight, what needs to be done, or what is not working. You have to both come to a logical decision to figure out, does the relationship still run on the same track, and do both of y'all have the same feelings that you first invested into it? And if it don't feel right, and if it's something that you can change, you can go ahead and work hard on it, bring in the new ideas to it. Don't argue about it, and just leave the old stuff behind, and don't be too reserved on it, and just don't make sudden changes that will throw both of you off when you're trying to um, invoke them in your relationship to make it better. So I hope you like this reading. Go ahead and hit subscribe. You can leave your comments at the bottom. You can thumb the video up or down, and I'll talk to you later.